I got paint on my shirt. Not my shirt, my skin. Ugh. Okay. What a crazy start of this video. But I wanted to emphasize on my massive breakthrough. Drum roll, please. We have this painting. I am so grateful, honored, blessed, and highly favored to be present right now, to be alive. I know I look a mess right now, but like, I'm grateful, you know, to be alive in this vessel, to be present, to be this version, you know. So I have the green screen in the back. I filmed this like a teaser. So I filmed like a test for the video that I'm gonna be doing, the video series, the content series for, you know, just starting and creating a new year. And I'm so excited because it flows. It's so magnificent. I feel the fruit of the spirit arriving. And it feels alive, it feels powerful, it feels true, it feels authentic, it feels real, it is real, it's true, it's me, unfiltered. And I love that for me. The way I'm able to now articulate my paintings with passion, joy, zest for the life, and the true essence of what it really is. And the it's back, it's back. My wings are finally spread out. Like, oh man, that zest, that you feel that, like, the je ne sais quoi that makes life great is back again, and I'm just so grateful. Freedom, liberation, true oneness with oneself is here. I've accepted myself. It's been on a journey of truly being this version, becoming this version, and finally now living it. I had to break through that final layer, which was letting go of what it was supposed to look like, the fear, the anxiety, all these learned unsafe patterns that I thought were safe. Finally letting those go and truly being present with my emotions and letting them be what they are and not having to explain them. God, that's freeing. That's liberating right there. So I'm just grateful to be this version, to honor this vessel for who he is, right? You know, I'm not all glammed up. I'm not all like just theatrical. This is me in my raw state right now. So I'm just grateful for the amount of work. It may not be physical work per se, but it was a lot of emotional, mental, spiritual release that was done today. And I'm thankful. This is the 10th day of the new year. And this momentum is just compounding on itself. And I'm glad that I'm keeping that ball rolling, no matter what it looks like. Now, this feels different than the past versions. Those stop, you know, fear, all that stuff. That's what the past versions did. But this time we're doing it with a different kind of like twist with it. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it real, we're doing it like raw, we're doing it like how we do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't trying to be something else. It's just like who we are. And why limit that? Or why would you stop the flow of this glorious Aquafina? I don't know. I was thinking waterfall, but I said Aquafina. But either way, you know, like, I'm talking about like quality here. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm just so proud of myself for achieving this. You know, it's different. It was scary at first, but I spoke to my mentor this morning. Thank God. Like, I was searching for something, you know, and it wasn't providing itself physically. It wasn't providing itself, like, no matter the books I read, nothing would really scratch that itch. Like, from talking to like a real person who hears your vision, who hears the story and sees you for who you are and sees your value and is able to see what you can accomplish with your mind and how you think. And is also a visionary who gets things done, who's made freaking travel the world and make impact that way. That's what I needed. And he sees that, and he sees me. Like this father figure I've never had. And then when you finally see your real father figure for who exactly they are, there's not an illusion anymore. Like you're grown now, you're mature now, like beyond levels to be able to go toe to toe with like an OG. And that's what I'm talking about. That emotional maturity to able to discern and also know where you stand from, right? To know your shortcomings and all that stuff. That's where power comes from. And I'm just so honored. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful to be this version who's finally able to do it. It wasn't confidence that I lacked. It was just the reassurance that, hey, I see you, and the spiritual zest, bruh. That flame, that spark is back. It's back. Man. Because when I started Red Tsunami, when I started Blue Tsunami, that's where the spark was. That innocence of just going with the fruit of the spirit and letting creativity be as pure passion that it is. That's what started the whole thing. And then I ventured off in trying to be this gallery museum artist at a young age, and that did so much damage. Yes, I was able to achieve great feats, get into rooms, meet people that I thought I would never meet. That was amazing. But me cutting off pieces of myself and putting them within these boxes to be packaged to them was the greatest loss ever. And I'm never gonna do that again. And I don't wanna do that again. And I don't, no. we burned those versions that did that. We forgave them. We're not doing that again. We've learned our lesson. We've grown from those lessons. And that's the most important part. So recognizing that has changed my perspective, has changed my view on just the whole world as like a total. You know, I see it now for my vision, and I honor my vision as a creative. And that is so much power, you know, to honor your perspective, to hone in on your inner self, on your real core, right? To know that, hey, my integrity is not jeopardized. To know that I still got it. And people will gaslight you to try to break it, to do all this stuff. You know how many times I almost went to that side? That temptation is strong, yo. Now I can see why people do the things they do. It makes sense. This is a daily constant battle that you have to keep battling. And it doesn't stop. I see it. Like, you know, and that was one of the biggest realizations when I met a person who's still of the fruit of the spirit, who's still a man of God, who's still about their principles. That's powerful. I'm grateful to have had that mirrored back to me at my youth, right? Because it's one of the most hardest things to go on your path. And, you know, oh man, to just doubt the path because everyone is doing like these things that you're like, God, I don't want to do that. Is that the only way to do things? And it makes you question yourself because like the traveled path is what everyone is saying we need to travel on, but it's so overcrowded, like it's not fulfilling to the spirit. Because whenever I travel on it, I want to run. I want to sprint. I want to go because I know I can go fast. But I recognize that energy needs to go into creating a new path, right? It just means like it's easy. That path is traveled. It's done. Like we know what to expect. It's a cookie cutter process. And we're not trying to do that. It's not beneficial in this time. We literally have to create our own way. And Now I'm seeing the remnants of the people I've met, why they've met me, and what the impact I've made in other people's lives. I see that, like, when we're starting conversations, or like when they approach me in sense, I didn't understand like why we're having this conversation. I didn't understand it, but now from this perspective on the higher ground of the mountain, I'm able to look back and see why that conversation was being had. They saw me as someone doing something out of the ordinary, as someone carving a new path, and I was influential, and I still am influential that way. It was just like I went through a period of time where I highly doubted myself. I didn't believe in what I was doing anymore because I was trying to do what everyone else was doing. I'm glad I did that, but I'll never do that again. It's so disrespectful to the amazing gifts and talents God has given me. And I'm recognizing the power in myself that this vision I've been given is my path to freedom and living my actual dream. He said something. He said that the reason for that fear is that your dream is gonna come true. I'm paraphrasing like crazy, but like it. Oh man, to be heard, to be felt, to be seen, like in my greatest full untapped potential. Like he's the one who said, I see it as an art empire, that you're able to do all these things that they are able to. I'm like, that's what I've been saying. But the people I've been talking to are the ones putting me in boxes. So I'm like, oh, then I have to shrink, then I have to do the. But to be mirrored back in all infinite versions of myself at the same time, bro, that hits different. That hits different. That hits different. That's what freedom is. Like James Baldwin over here, like, oh, we're finally free. Like, is this what freedom is? Like, is this what freedom is? Freedom? I finally found it, you know? Like, I broke through the hardship. I finally broke through out of it. You know what I mean? Like I did it. You know what I mean? Like I did it. So it's very heartwarming to know that we've done the work, and it's finally paying off. It's finally paying off. It is. Oh man, I'm just grateful. Man, the last 3 days kicked my butt. Like depressed like no other. Like coming back from Ghana and readjusting back to this, like to the US. I'm like, ugh, man, I want to go back to Ghana. Like I want to go back to Ghana. And you know, I've made it a goal to go back during the Easter. And, I wasn't proud when I was talking to my mentor about it because I'm like, I want to go so bad, but I just don't know how I'm going to go. Like, I don't know how I'm going to go. I was like, maybe we'll see. We'll see. You see, me, I'm usually like a very confident person when it comes to things because I know things within my ability to achieve. One thing, I can achieve it. But then there was that layer of fear as to what I would have to do to achieve that. That's what was really done. And I've been sharing it with people, but they're not able to reflect it back to me as to the higher, like the answer, as I needed to hear it, right? And I needed to hear it in a way that was bigger than how I was seeing it. And one thing I'm grateful for my mentor is that he's able to see it, back it, package it with God, and download it into my consciousness. And I'm just so excited. I did that first test and I'm like just flowing with ideas, just exploring it and just having fun that way. And it's creative and I need that flow and I'm back to that flow. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I I am grateful. Like now I'm looking at myself not through cognition, but just as I am, you know? Yeah. Because before it used to be like, you have to be this, you have to present this way, you have to do this, that. All these layered, I'm like, who's talking like this? Who's doing this? It's so limiting because we don't get anything done. I'm like, we don't need to be doing that anymore. We did all that work. Like Platinum Tsunami was exactly what that process was. But I guess it had to cool down after, you've molded yourself. And I'm actually excited to start the next piece, which is gonna be Diamond Tsunami. Yeah, Diamond Tsunami. Like I used to shun these parts of myself, the excitement, the zest for life, like rah, like that's me on a regular. That's me. But we should shut it down because we're so afraid. Oh, we have to present as this modest person. We have to present ourselves as this sophisticated artist who is so elegant and doesn't do anything like, you know, what's that word? A ruffian, yes. Oh man, I'm like now knowing like who I am, I know I'm nothing of the sort. Like I know my inner core frequency of who I am as a human being, right? And I'm like, yo, we all know we're imperfect. We all know like how just this cycle is gonna keep going forever, but I'm not gonna beat myself up for something that's my nature inherently. That's crazy. So thank the grace of God. We thank the goodness and just the abundance and love of the Most High to be able to exist within oneself and love oneself. Like this level of self love is transcendent. It's beyond anything that I've ever experienced, but it's also right because it's grounded within my inner body, my vessel right now. Like my nervous system is regulated. I'm loved, I'm seen, I'm safe. I've tracked all my patterns. When I gain success, I get shorted out and I sabotage myself. Now I recognize that I can track those patterns. I don't overthink. I don't just over process things. I recognize like, yo, like now we're at maximum. Where's that gonna go? Now I can track that no action being done is such a good indicator because we know that we're just allocating our mental resources to process it. And I'm able to section off our different versions of ourselves. But I would say that what the section of my multitude of selves did was it prompted a deeper comprehension of the faculties that exist within my identity of who I am, right? So it's a long story. It's gonna make sense later. But I'm glad that I've gotten a good feel of who I am. Like it's like each one is its own paint, and I have a palette, and me painting is me putting all those different versions laid out as colors, and then I'm mixing them as I go, and I recognize what colors they combine to achieve to make beautiful paintings that way. So now I know the colors of my palette of who I am. So that's to me like is like I've already won this game, like of life. Understanding that having a template for your identity and not having to guess as to how you think about certain things, how you feel about certain things, like where you stand morally, having a good context of the depth of your soul, that right there, understanding the different sections of what makes your soul, like that does it. Like, there's no in alignment. There's no confusion. There's no like misunderstanding to things that you like or you don't like. You're like, this don't hit. I know why. Da 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 da. I don't want to do that. I know why. I want this, that, and that. You know, and you don't even want to argue with people. You don't have to argue with people. You don't even have the urge to explain and defend your view because you know how you got there. You know why you're making those decisions. You know why you don't want to do something. You just know, right? And that's the crown chakra, the highest. So we did all those things, and I was just literally living it. So I'm just grateful to have experienced this. What would you say? This journey. It was an experience, definitely. Like to get to finish this, this painting really took something out of me. It really called like it's like, hey, you know, man, like I had to embody this version of freed Kobe, like this raw, unfiltered version. Like he's like Super Saiyan, you know. I'm just really grateful for that, to have this grounded presence to it. Before I recognized like my past versions could not hold him. So they blew up. And now I recognize like I'm so stable within my energy frequency. Um, I'm just so grounded. I know I'm gonna be fine. I know like I'm taken care of. I know I'm supported. I know I'm loved, you know, and that's important. And God really God really saves his hardest projects for his, you know, his strongest warriors. He really does. And to be the one to be the way shower, the light bearer, the just the path opener shit, like, you know, has been transformative for me. And I'm glad that I'm being this raw, vulnerable, and true. Yeah. Like, this is nothing but true as to all that I am and honoring that. I'm very proud of the person I've become. It was not easy, trust me. Um, but it's worth it because now I know who I am. And can nobody tell me who the fuck I am? That's it.